Imagine a mind so quick it captures information in the blink of an eye. This is not the mind of a human professor or a genius scientist. It belongs to Ayumu, a chimpanzee. Ayumu lives at Kyoto University in Japan. He has shown the world something truly amazing about animal intelligence. Scientists who study animals are often surprised, but Ayumu gave them a very big surprise indeed. He showed a special kind of memory, a skill we did not expect. His abilities make us think again about what it means to be smart. Ayumu is a remarkable individual, opening our eyes. Ayumu is not just any chimpanzee, he is a participant in important research. He grew up in a unique environment at the Primate Research Institute. This place allows scientists to study how chimpanzees think and learn. Ayumu is known for his calm and focused nature. He approaches tasks with a seriousness that is quite impressive. He enjoys interacting with the researchers and the computer tasks they present. These tasks are like games for him, but they reveal deep truths. His intelligence shines through in these carefully designed studies. He learns quickly and remembers things very well. The specific skill Ayumu possesses is a kind of photographic memory. Scientists call it eidetic imagery. This means he can see something very briefly and remember it perfectly. Think of taking a mental snapshot of a complex scene. Then imagine recalling every detail from that snapshot. This is what Ayumu can do with numbers shown on a screen. For a very short time, the numbers appear, then they are hidden. Ayumu can remember where they were and in what order. This is an extraordinary feat of memory. This incredible ability was not discovered by accident. It was part of a series of studies designed to understand chimpanzee cognition. Researchers wanted to compare the mental skills of chimps and humans. They created a special memory test using a touchscreen computer. Little did they know, Ayumu was about to turn their expectations upside down. He would show that in some areas, a chimpanzee's mind could work faster, and it could even be more accurate than a human's mind. This set the stage for a fascinating discovery. The memory test Ayumu faced was simple but very demanding. Numbers from 1 to 9 would flash onto a computer screen. They appeared in random positions. After a very short moment, these numbers were covered by white squares. The challenge was to touch the squares in the correct numerical order. For example, touch the square where 1 was, then 2, and so on. The time the numbers were visible was incredibly short. Sometimes it was less than a quarter of a second. This is barely enough time for a human to even see all the numbers. Ayumu learned this game quickly. He would watch the screen intently. As soon as the numbers appeared and then disappeared, he went to work. With swift movements, he would tap the squares. He touched them in the correct sequence. 1, then 2, then 3, and so on. He did this with amazing speed and accuracy. It was clear he was not guessing. He truly remembered the positions of all the numbers. His performance was not just good for a chimpanzee, it was simply astonishing for any individual. The scientists watched in awe at his skill. Then the researchers decided to compare Ayumu's skill with humans. They asked adult human volunteers to try the same test. These were intelligent university students. Most people would expect humans to be better at such a task. After all, we pride ourselves on our cognitive abilities. However, the results were surprising. The human participants found the test very difficult. They were much slower than Ayumu. They also made many more mistakes than he did. Ayumu consistently outperformed the human adults. He was faster and more accurate. This outcome was a genuine shock to the scientific community. It challenged a long-held belief. The belief is that humans are superior in all cognitive tasks. Ayumu showed that this is not always true. Young chimpanzees, it turns out, can have a remarkable working memory. This memory is especially good for spatial arrangements seen briefly. The scientists had to rethink their understanding of chimpanzee minds. Ayumu was not just a smart chimp, he was a chimp who outsmarted humans in a specific measurable way. This was a big moment. Ayumu's amazing performance tells us a lot about chimpanzee intelligence. It shows that their minds are capable of complex tasks. We often underestimate what animals can do. Chimpanzees, our closest living relatives, clearly have rich mental lives. They can remember things in great detail. They can learn new skills. They can solve problems. Ayumu's memory is just one example of their cognitive powers. This discovery encourages us to look deeper into the minds of other species. There is so much more to learn about them. We're only scratching the surface. Scientists believe this type of photographic memory might be more common in young chimpanzees. It could be an adaptation that helps them in the wild. Imagine a young chimp needing to quickly learn routes. Or perhaps they need to remember the locations of many different food sources. A fast, accurate visual memory would be very useful. As humans grow, we tend to rely more on language and other memory strategies. We might lose some of this pure visual memory ability. Chimpanzees, however, might retain it or use it differently. Ayumu's skill gives us clues about their evolution. This finding also highlights an important idea. Different species have different kinds of intelligence. These intelligences are suited to their own environments and needs. There is not just one way to be smart. Humans are good at some things, like complex language. Chimpanzees, like Ayumu, might be better at other things, like rapid visual memory. It is not about which species is smarter overall, it is about appreciating the diverse forms of intelligence that exist in nature. Each animal has evolved unique mental tools to survive and thrive. We must respect these differences. The discovery of Ayumu's abilities has a strong emotional appeal. It is fascinating to see such intelligence in another species. It makes us feel a connection to these animals. It also has a great scientific appeal. It pushes researchers to ask new questions. It encourages them to develop new methods to study animal minds. Ayumu's story is not just a cute animal story. It is a significant scientific finding. It helps us understand the evolution of intelligence itself. It makes the world feel more wondrous and complex. Ayumu's success in the memory test directly challenges our view of human superiority. For centuries, humans have thought of themselves as the smartest beings on Earth. We have often defined intelligence in ways that favor our own abilities. For example, we focus on language or abstract reasoning. But Ayumu shows us that intelligence has many forms, and in some of these forms, other animals can surpass us. This is a humbling thought. It suggests we should be more modest about our place in the animal kingdom. We're not at the top of every ladder. Perhaps human intelligence is just one type among many. It is a powerful type, certainly. It has allowed us to build cities and create technology. But it is not the only type that matters. The quick, visual memory of Ayumu is also a form of brilliance. It is perfectly adapted to a chimpanzee's life. Instead of a single scale of intelligence with humans at the top, we should think differently. We should imagine a wide spectrum of cognitive abilities. Different species excel in different areas of this spectrum. This is a more accurate and respectful view. The story of Ayumu teaches scientists an important lesson. We must study animal minds without constantly comparing them to our own. We should try to understand their intelligence on its own terms. What is it like to be a chimpanzee? How do they see the world? How do they think and feel? These are the questions we should ask. When we do this, we discover amazing abilities. We find skills that we never expected. This open-minded approach leads to better science. It also leads to a deeper appreciation for animals. Ultimately, Ayumu's achievement calls for greater humility. It asks us to reconsider our relationship with other species. They are not just simple creatures. They have complex minds and rich inner lives. Discoveries like this can help us treat animals with more respect and empathy. Understanding their intelligence can inspire us to protect them and their habitats. Ayumu, the chimp who outsmarted humans, has given us much to think about. He reminds us that the world is full of wonders, and many of these wonders are found in the minds of the animals around us.